Yay! All right, guys, welcome to day three. Welcome to day three. I'm really excited we've made it this far. Yeah, welcome to day three of the mixing class with, TO and also looking at the MR and the XR digital mixers. Thank you guys so much for staying through. For those of you that are yet to subscribe, don't forget to subscribe. And yes, apologies for day two video. I had the video, the audio rather. Sorry, I had the audio was a bit slow, and I think I've rectified that now. I didn't know, but thank you for the feedback. God bless you guys. So far so good. I think we're currently at the stage now where we have our virtual sound check done, set up. We have our virtual sound check set up already, and we've done our EQ for our instrumental drums and instruments. So today we'll be working on the background vocals and the lead vocal. We'll try and EQ them up, and then we'll go into maybe gate and compression for the entire mix also. And let's see where we go from there. And yes, as always, I'll try to make the class as simple, straightforward, and as easy as possible. All right, let's go into it. Let's see where we were. All right, so let's work on the vocals now. And I already showed us how to use our DCAs for now. Yes, well, it's going to be simple. It's going to be easy. Also, yeah, let's rename this DCA. I think we didn't rename it last time. So these are instruments. Instruments. Yeah. Let's change the color. Did we give the colors, the instrument colors? Let's work with green. The around is green. I think drums is blue. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to rename instruments later. All right, so let's go into backups.
Above other gods, we lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, worship you. Oh, be lifted above other God. We lay our
So let's work on this one.
and worship.
So I think the trim, this gain is, I think the trim gain is okay.
Be lifted
Let's just go to the EQ.
above other
Alright,
gods.
I'm going to be doing the EQ from here today, for my tab today. I already showed us in, I think, day one video, how you can connect your digital mixer to all of your devices, your phone, your laptop, your pad. So you can check that. So I'm going to be working on my pad today. But you still see it on the screen, don't worry. So for the background vocals, of course, you want to roll off the end a bit. You can say so. That's too much.
Oh, be lifted above other gods. We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above other
So
gods.
we're looking for
We
those nasal
lay
sounds.
our crowns and worship you.
Let me also use my in there.
Oh,
my
be lifted
this is vocals.
above other gods.
There's some things you might not be able to hear.
We 'Cause
Because you have to be careful so that you don't, because you are trying to EQ or because you are trying to remove something, now remove the substance or the flesh of the vocals. So you have to be very careful when you're, especially for vocals.
Above other God, we lay our crowns and worship you.
Some things, yeah.
Oh, be lifted above other gods.
So I want to make because it's a background vocal, I want to make it as smooth as possible.
And worship you. Oh, be lifted above other gods.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
lay our crowns
Yeah.
and worship you.
So let's try this EQ out for other vocals. We're just going to copy and paste. Say you come here, you click this folder, click copy, select EQ, just copying just the EQ, and I'm sending it to 11 and 12. So let's have 11.
Above other God, we lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be
So now you can now also work on them individually, because for instance, look at this guy now.
We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be
There's something, in that lower register. Can you hear that?
above all other gods.
So you also have to.
Lay our crowns.
So the reason why you have to be careful with EQ is that what might work for, what might work for person A might not work for person B. They might be using the same microphone, but remember that we all have different vocal texture. Because actually when we sing, we all have different frequencies and different vocal texture and different vocal feel. And what you're trying to do as a mix engineer is you're trying to make sure all of them blend, they sound together. So yeah, something like this.
We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above other God.
So let's listen to this.
We lay our crowns and worship you.
So I'm guessing this is the alto singer.
Oh, be lifted.
The low is still too much.
Other gods, we lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted.
And I'm guessing this is soprano.
Above other gods.
Yeah.
We lay our crowns and worship you. Oh, be lifted above other gods. We lay our crowns.
Let's see.
And worship you.
So this is something I'm trying to remove.
Oh, be lifted above other gods.
Alright.
We lay our crowns
Yeah.
and worship
So let's work on the lead vocals now.
We there, we there. Shadabala Koshimai. Oh, believed it. Jesus, be lifted right now, right here.
Look out first.
Above situations, above circumstances, above anything. And we worship. And we worship. One more
So
time.
you want to roll off the low cuts of the lead vocal.
Oh, be lifted. All over
Because,
the room, Jesus
I mean,
be
you can
lifted.
hear.
Jesus be magnified. Jesus be exalted. We there. We there. We there. Shut up.
Alright, so there's this trick actually I saw online somewhere. Let me try it. Let me put the low cuts back to where it is. Let me just share it to you guys. I do it sometimes. So
above circumstances, above anything, and we worship.
by the way, I'm trying to make
worship.
this
One more time.
video, tutorial video. By the way, I'm trying to make this tutorial video like unedited, like unscripted, so that we can be real and you can also see that there are some challenges that even the professional, so-called professionals, or we also tend to face or we see, and we can see how we navigate this together. Yeah.
Jesus, be lifted right now.
So I was saying I was
right
going to
here.
show you all a skill. So what the skill
Above
is,
situations,
the
above
eye-
circumstances,
the
above
eye cuts
anything,
button. We change it to low
and
cuts.
worship. And worship.
No,
One
sorry,
more
wait.
time. Oh,
The eye cut button, you activate the eye cut button.
oh, be lifted. All over the room, Jesus.
So
be
the skill is you
lifted.
activate the eye cut button
Jesus be
and then you roll it
magnified.
down
Jesus be exalted.
till you. Now can you hear all of this? So you roll it down till maybe you can't hear so much of our vocals, and all you can hear is all those low. I don't know if you can hear it. And then you now turn it to a low cut.
And worship. One more time.
I don't know if you saw that. Eye cuts. So what the trick does for you is that it just helps you to really hear those rumbles and really know what you are clearing out. Now all this stuff here now, you don't need it. Just that you don't need it. So you just turn that to your low cuts.
Lifted. Jesus, be lifted right now, right here.
And then you now do your.
Above situations, above circumstances, above anything, and we worship.
Can you hear that?
And we worship. One more time.
With the vocals.
Oh, be lifted. Oh, be lifted. All over this room, Jesus be lifted. Jesus be magnified. Jesus be exalted. We there. We there. We there. Shadabala Koshimai. Oh, be lifted.
So
Jesus, be lifted right
there
now.
are just
right
some
here.
certain arch requests. I'm just trying to.
Above situations, above circumstances, above anything, and we worship.
I don't tell solos of
And
vocals.
worship. One more time. Oh, be lifted. Oh, be lifted. All over this room, Jesus be lifted. Jesus
So
be
now the truth is-
magnified. Jesus be exalted. We there.
So the thing is, I'm actually doing this for majorly those that be Nigeria, Africa, and let's face the reality of things. There are types of microphones that are used in your church that, especially those wireless microphones that they're not it at all. I've seen some mix where, let me show you an example. I've seen some mix that they've had to cut off. Let me just show you. They've had to do everything like this.
Oh, be lifted. All over this room, Jesus be lifted. Jesus be magnified. Jesus We there, we there, we there. Hoshimai, oh, be lifted. Jesus, be lifted right now, right here. Above situations, above circumstances, above anything. And we worship, and we worship. One more time. Oh, be lifted. Oh, be lifted. All over this room, Jesus be lifted. Jesus be magnified. Jesus be
Yeah.
exalted.
So I've seen some EQs like this.
We there, we there. Satabala Koshimai. Oh, believed it.
All right, yeah.
Jesus,
So I've seen some EQs like
believed it
this,
right
and most times it's because if you check it, they're not using a good wireless mic. You know, the truth is you can't buy a wireless mic of maybe 50k, 60k, or I'm seeing like 50k naira now, like 50k, 60k, and expect to achieve so much amazing vocals. Or I don't know how to. I've tried to be careful so that because I'm trying to be careful so that because this is a real, uncut, unedited. Like I'm just trying to be real with you guys. Invest in your gadgets. For real. Invest in your gadgets. I'm telling you, there's some microphones that you buy that I know it's expensive, but it would save a lot of stress. It would enhance your production. There's some microphones that you buy that you don't even need to do so much of EQ. There's some microphones you buy that just rolling off the low cost, the low end is fine. Yeah, I'm saying it because we're going to be real with ourselves. I've seen cases where they have to like do this kind of EQ. I know, I know a lot of people say, oh, this EQ is bad, it's dramatic EQ, this and this. I'm telling you, bad microphones. So start from that. Start from that. Explain to your pastor why you need to get the microphone. Let them understand. Explain to your maybe head of department. Explain to your head of department. Explain to your maybe the pastor in charge of your department why they need to invest in microphones. Do you get? There are affordable microphones that can still give you good sound that you will not have to do so much dramatic EQ like this. I'm saying this because most times the major effect of EQs like this is that in trying to cut out all these harsh frequencies, all of these frequencies that you don't want, you would also lose the good ones. You understand? You will lose the good ones and you will lose the good and natural ones self. So you wonder, you see some churches that they are using the mic and the mic is sounding so natural, so clean, so clear. And your own is sounding so processed, so mechanical, and you're like, ah, wow. The truth is because of, things like this. It's because of things like this, sincerely. So try and get a good mic. Try and get a good mic. It will save you a lot. And I mean it, a lot of stress. Right, so let's go back to the EQ. I'm just trying to show us, various ways you can get this done. Yeah. Okay.
lifted. Oh, be lifted. All over this room, Jesus be lifted. Jesus be magnified. Jesus be exalted. We there. We there. We there. Shadabala Koshimai. Oh, be lifted. Jesus be lifted right now, right here. Above situations, above circumstances, above anything, and we worship.
So the idea is not that you're trying to create a cute graph. You're not trying to create a cute graph or a cute EQ.
All over this room, Jesus be lifted.
Try to look for what works.
Jesus be magnified. Jesus be exalted.
Can you hear so much?
We there, we there. Shadabala Koshimai. Oh, believed it. Jesus, be lifted right now, right here. Above situation. situations, upon circumstances, above anything. And we worship. And we worship. One more time. Oh, be lifted.
So
Oh,
yeah,
be lifted. All over this room, Jesus
so let's
be
hear this with
lifted.
the
Jesus be
backups.
magnified. Jesus be exalted.
I'm still hearing something. I'm looking for it. I'm trying to.
We there. Shadabalakoshibai. Oh, believed it. Jesus, be lifted right now, right here. Upon situations, upon circumstances, above anything. And we worship. And we worship. One more time. Oh, be lifted. Oh, be lifted. All over this room, Jesus be lifted. Jesus be magnified. Jesus be exalted. We there. We there. We there.
Also, another thing I would love to just share with us is try not to always mix so much in solo. Like try not to mix so much alone. So what I mean is don't try to mix so much individually, like individual channels alone. Because there are times whereby you like you might be mixing this lead vocal, you might spend so much time on it, trying to make sure that it sounds good and everything and all and all and all. And the truth is that it might not sound good, but when you add the backup to it, it might sound good. Now, what? No, calm down, calm down. So what I'm trying to say is that there are instances whereby you might be mixing maybe your lead vocal, for example. Now, if you look at it now, it might sound like, oh, this is not good, this is not nice. And you're trying to remove so much. You're trying to
right now, right here.
You're trying to remove so much.
Upon situations,
but the truth is,
upon circumstances,
by the time you add this, one more time. You realize that you didn't need to have removed what you removed, because the backups would, like, I don't know how to explain it, but backups will like complement, like the backups will like fill out some space. You get? So in a bit of trying to just mix just one stuff, it might be sounding like, oh, this is somehow, it's not sounding good, it's not sounding well. But by the time you add the instrument, add everything to it, I'm telling you, the way to blend it would, like, it will really just come out nice. So don't waste so much time in trying to just mix one thing. You are sitting with keyboard or piano, and I mean you're sitting with keyboard or lead guitar, bass guitar for 1 hour, trying to mix it. So always try to mix in context, not just solo.
Jesus be lifted. Jesus be magnified.
Jesus
be exalted.
Piano to it now.
Oh, be lifted.
So let's try to mix in context.
Jesus be lifted right now, right here. Upon situations, upon circumstances, upon anything. Every worship. One more time. Oh, be lifted. All over this room, Jesus be lifted. Jesus be magnified. Jesus be exalted. We there.
All right. So what do we do next?
Jesus be lifted right now, right here. Upon situations, upon circumstances.
All right. So let's add the vocals to our dates, our mute group, and this year. So vocals are 3. Oh, so another thing, sometimes I like to put the lead vocals and maybe lead pastor mics, lead vocals, all those stuff in a different DCA. So I'm going to put just backups in, DCA and mute group 3. I already explained to us, what DCA, does and how it works and all.
Above other gods.
So we have it here now. The essence is that you can. So right now, the way it is now, I can mix here. If I feel like oh, this is too loud, I can bring the drums down a bit. Do you understand that? If I feel like this is too loud, I might bring it down a bit. All right. Yes, yes. So we just EQ. Been able to achieve this so far. We just EQ. So now let's go into gates, noise gates, and compression. Let's look at. I mean, is it really? So is it really? So is it really every channel that needs gates? Is it really every channel that needs compression? You know. So we're going to be going into that now. Okay, so we're going to start with drums. Because I mean, we started with the drums last. So I'm just going to take it in that order again. Drums first. Things are. So let's start with the kick. Let's start with the kick here. But first of all, let me use myself for this now. So, but first of all, you have to understand what gate is meant for, what compression is for, like just the general idea, knowledge of what it's meant for and all. Yeah. So gates technically is just, you have to see it like a door. So your gate is like, so technically you have to see your gate like a door to an entrance. Yeah. And that door, it's an entrance to somewhere. Do you understand? So your gate is basically like a door, and what the door is doing is to help you. So we have like, let me say, 3 people that want to go into a door. Maybe the door into the studio now. 3 people want to come in, and the 3 of them are in different sizes, different shape. So you get, maybe we have someone that is extremely slim, someone that is medium size, and someone that is like extremely very fat. You get. So part of things that the gate does is that it helps you to like know those. You can assign the kind of people that you want to come in into the door, and for how long you want them to for how long you want them to like you want the door to be open for them to like come in before the door closes. And when the door closes, no other person can come in. Do you understand? So that's just like, I'm just trying to give like a rough idea of what gate does basically. That's all it does basically. It's just to allow, like, if you assign that, oh, these are the sizes I want, or these are the signals I want, or this is the level of signal, or these are the frequencies I want to come in. So once those frequencies come in, it locks it. Do you get? So the attack is like how fast the door opens. You get. The hold is like how long the door will remain open, and the release is like how the amount of time that it takes. No, how fast you get, the amount of time that it takes for the door to close. Do you get? So, and another beautiful thing I learned recently with this gate is how you can actually use this gate as a trigger. So what I mean is that, especially for those that, I mean, I've been sometimes like, I mean, has it not occurred to you? I always look at all those like so-called Alujo people, like they have the drums in the middle, They have the drum, talking drum in the same stage, in the middle of the stage, and there is so much going on, and there's the percussion here, there's the lead mic backups. Sincerely, those people, I mean, Alijo engineers are underrated. I'm telling you, those people should be studied, to be honest. Because I'm like, how do they now still make the sound at least so clear like that? Because most times the sound might be doing one, 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 and you might be hearing so much. But I'm telling you, by the time they start playing that playback, by the time they start playing the recording of the events, I'll be like, hey. So I realized that most of them make good use of their gates, like good use of the gates. Yeah. So I figured out there's a way you can use your gates also as a trigger to open up some frequencies, close up some frequencies. So let's go into gates now. And what an instrument that, maybe let's say majorly, like it's important you have to gate them, and then what are instruments that you don't need to gate on. We're going to be looking at that. So let's start with the kick here. Your kick definitely needs gates. Definitely needs gates. So I'm going to show us how to use the gate as a trigger, and So I love to set my threshold first. Now, see your threshold here. So let me just, by the time you increase it finish, do you see? It's going to just so most times for my kick, I always try to set my threshold to around somewhere around here. 45 thereabouts. And also, this also depends on the drummer. And there are some drummers that by the time they kick your kick for you. So then the old, because it's kick, you want to make it like she gets. So I don't need it holding it for long. I don't know if you can see the difference. So wait, let me just take everything down. Then we now set it. Can you see that? Can you see that? That's the gate being activated. So I want to take the old. Let's put the old at somewhere around 21st. Then let's put the release to around 21st. And then, let's put the release around 400, 450. And then we begin to tweak from there. Yeah. So in a bit of, so one of the things you have to be careful with the gate is that so that it doesn't, there are times whereby you, in a bid of trying to make the gate catch some signal and allow some signal in. For instance, now you are going into somewhere, obviously you're putting on clothes here. Imagine you're about to enter the door and you are almost in, and then the gate catches your clothes. It won't make sense. Jigger, it won't make sense. So you have to give that breathing space for each instrument to always, like that. Can you see that? So it's not sounding so dead. It's not sounding so unreal. So let's, with that gate. So with gates. So I don't know if you can feel the difference. Yeah. So with that gate. And with gates. Now, so how to set up how to use the gate as a trigger? Yeah, you come to this part where it says more. First of all, you have to make sure that this key on is on. Then you have to select and make sure that it's on the channel you want, kick, and then select on this more. Now you see this stuff. Yeah. Now, this will just happen there. Like when I took it to the high frequency, so that it's like, despite the settings, despite the fact that you've put the old on, 41 release and everything and all, ideally like this, the kick should still be able to come in here. But because you've triggered it, that the only thing that can allow anything to come in, like you've triggered it in a way that the only thing that can make all these things here work is if there's a frequency coming in between 10K to 20K. Yeah? So except there's a signal, except there's a frequency coming in from there's a signal frequency from 10K to 20K, this channel won't work. I don't know if you get that. Like it won't work. Now this is one of the, I just learned this. Shout out to my guy, Sean. Sean is an amazing engineer. He just shared the knowledge with me. One of the conferences to that we met and worked together on, and it blew my mind because this can save a lot of stress. This can save, like, this is a major solution here. So now let's look at it. What if we put the gate now? By the time, can you see? So most times you will now look for major frequencies where the kick is prominent and put it there. So now the way it is now, you can see major is between 60 to 100 here about, and then you put it in the gate. It's not that, it's as simple as that. Put it there, you get. And with this, you can even reduce how much. So with this, it can just help to just make your mix cleaner. Do you see the difference between this and that? Do you get? That's all. So ayats, trust me, you need it a lot, especially for these ayats. So when you're live, and even when you can set it in a way that even when the drummer is drumming, while he's drumming, until he hits the tom, like no matter what happens, until he hits that tom and gets that frequency, or until he hits the hi-hat and gets the frequency, once you have that trigger activated, it won't, like, nothing will make it sound. So this is still sounding safe because, of course, it's a virtual sound check and it's there already. Do you understand? So yeah, I like the hi-hats. So I can bring the hi-hats up more now because the gate is working now. So now let's same for snare. So snare, I try to be very careful with the snare here because, especially if you're using just one mic here, especially if you're not using the top and bottom snare, you have to be careful with your gate so that you can still get the resonance of the snare. Just like what I said earlier about you entering the room and the gate catching your shirt. You want to enter, neatly, clean. So how do you get the frequencies that you would activate the gates? Look for frequencies that is more prominent. Now for this now is between like 200 to 500 there about. It's more prominent. So and then you come here. Yeah. Then like that, the same, run the same for the thumb. So let me just do it down. Let me just do the thumb and the thumbs fast like that. Then the low thumb. Same thing. To reduce. So for the floor tone, so you have to look for the frequency, like you have to look for where the frequency is more dominant. But obviously it's going to be from like 40 to like 100, yeah. So yeah, so somewhere around there. Yeah. So now, few things you need to just take note of, or you need to just notice. Notice, I didn't touch the range. There are certain places where you can use the range. You get. We need to. I'll show you. Then the attack. Most times, I don't touch the attack. I don't touch the attack most times because the kind of music we do here, especially for those that have praise and everything, you need it. So I don't even touch the attack most time. I just put it on one. Then the old. Sound shows something with the kick. Since the kick is more consistent. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Now you can see how the release is fighting with the you see. So you have to make your release time as so make it as slow as possible. So you can get the full flesh ready. You also just be careful, yeah. So as long as I can get my line, I can get my bite, yeah. I'm good. I mean, so this is nice. Then the old too. Alright. So now let's listen to the whole mix here. Say the difference between adding. Now for overheads, I don't really use gate so much for the overhead because I feel like the overhead just controls your EQ, then maybe compression and blend into the mix. You get? I don't use gate so much. I'm going to put it now. You just see how it just brings the. So for the overhead, I don't gate my overheads. I don't put gate on my overhead because I need it to catch the ambience, the natural feel and everything. So you need to do, I feel like your overhead, if you can just EQ, maybe compress a bit and we're good. So just find a way to just blend it into the mix here. So now look at it. It just makes the drum comes alive. So look at it now with the overhead. I don't know if you can feel the difference. So I don't know if you can feel the difference now, yeah. Like without the overhead. With the overhead. Like it just makes it come alive. Do you need gates on your lead guitar, like your instrument generally? Honest opinion, I feel you don't need gate on them, except maybe there's maybe a guitar or keyboard or there's a signal noise you have. Do you get? Except there's a signal noise. But I don't feel you need gates on instruments like that, like your keyboard, your bass guitar, lead guitar. I don't gate them most times. I rarely gate those, except, like I said, except maybe there's noise. So aside from noise, I see no reason why you're getting your keyboard or getting your bass guitar or your lead guitar. So except there's ground noise. Yeah. So now don't get to the drums with the instrument now. Our vocals. So our vocals. I'm just going to get one of the vocal and then copy and paste. As I do. I don't like stress myself. So I'm exaggerating it so that you see the power, like what gate really does, yeah, practically. Can you see? Now for vocals, yeah, you want to make the gate also very natural, like there are there are some vocals that they don't really understand dynamics, and we face. So for vocals, yeah, getting for vocals is a bit, it can be a bit stressful because not every, there are some vocals there are some singers or vocalists that don't really understand dynamics of singing, sincerely. They don't. There are some vocals that stress, they just like stress engine and like sing out. When we give you mic and you're doing, oh, really, like, we can't hear you, like sing out. Not all singers know how to project. So if you're using gate and your singers don't know how to project, hey, as an engineer, if you're using gate and your singers don't know how to project, or they can't sing out, or they don't understand what dynamics is, my brother, the Lord is your strength. That's all I can say. So for vocals, yeah, to apply gate on vocals, it's just, let's just go into it. So for the backups,
and worship you. Oh,
so I try to make the release also very fast because it's vocals. We need it to catch everything as soon as possible. Then, do you need trigger on your vocals? No, I don't think so. You don't need triggers on your vocals. You just get it like this, it's fine.
Above other God, we lay our crowns and worship
It's okay like this.
you.
Just clean it up a bit more.
Oh, be lifted.
Can you hear that?
Above other God,
I'm just going to copy to that channel.
we lay our crowns and worship you.
So I don't know if you can hear that. The vocals seem a bit clearer now.
Oh, be lifted.
So nothing much, nothing serious.
Above other God,
Let me try to remove the gate.
we lay our crowns and worship.
So I don't know if you can hear the remnants at the back.
Oh, be lifted above other.
Can we see that? So the
lay our crowns and
so the beauty of little things like this is that there are times whereby you might not be able to hear it evidently individually, like the little things like the gates that we applied on these background vocals now. You might not even hear it evidently, individual like this. It's sometimes there are things that it's the sum up of everything. Like when you get to the final mix, like when you're done with the final mix, maybe when you're done recording or something, or when you're done, like at the end of the final mix is where it would, like that's where it will make sense. The gate on the backups now might not really make sense, but I'm telling you, by the time we're done the entire mix, and that's when it would like make sense. It would come out. It would make everything make sense. You understand? Yeah. So that's it. The gate. So let's look at it. So for lead vocal, I always am more aggressive with the gates because I'm more aggressive with the threshold because they are lead vocals and they tend to
One more time. Oh, be lifted. All over this room, Jesus be lifted. Jesus be magnified. Jesus be exalted. We there. We there. We there. Shatabala Hoshimai. Oh, be lifted. Jesus be lifted right now, right here. Above situations, above circumstances, above anything. And we worship. One more time. Oh, be lifted. All over this room, Jesus be lifted. Jesus be magnified.
all right. Thank you for staying. Thank you for doing this with me, and thank you for joining me for day 3. If you're ready to subscribe, share this video to everyone that you think would need this. Share this with your church engineer, sound engineer, anybody you feel will need this. We're going to day 7, and like I've been saying, the idea of this is at the end of day 7, you should be able to at least get a clean, good mix with your mixer. Especially for those that have this XR rating to get. So for day 4, then we're going into compression, and there are a lot of things we've not done. We've not gone into panning, we've not gone into compression, we've not gone into effects, we've not gone into subgroups. We're going to be using subgroups, and there's just still a lot. I want to break down everything I know for you guys, and we're still going to even look at how to connect the MRT with your laptop to use external plugins. We're going to just everything we can possibly achieve with the mixer.